Hey folks, welcome back here to the Vegas Don channel. We're here on the east side of Las Vegas, covering a part of town we've been in before, but not for a while, so I wanted to show this to you. This is Stewart Avenue, headed eastbound towards Frenchman's Mountain and Sunrise Mountain. Sunrise Mountain is over on the left. I'll show it to you here in a second. This is Rossmore Drive here, and a lot of folks like to come up here because of the incredible view that you have up here. And this is Radwick Drive that we're crossing over here. Kind of zigzags along here along the eastern periphery of town. Vista Valley over here off to our right, and then Sari Drive on the left there. And then really up here in the foothills for Frenchman's Mountain. Peaceful street. But they do get a lot of calls for service up here, probably because it is on the edge of the desert, and you can see out here to the right, there is nothing but desert. This is the eastern edge of civilization out here. And this is called Probst Way, P-R-O-B-S-T, for our friends following along at home. Got some beautiful homes up here, multi-million-dollar homes. In fact, I saw one of them was for sale for a while up here, but you've just got some spectacular views. See, someone's put up no parking signs here, ostensibly to keep people like me away. But take a look at that view. That's what they don't want people to park and enjoy. Right there. And so this is the house that has all the no parking signs up. Huge house up here. This one says, beware of dogs. Got, looks like wrought iron fencing around the outside there. And then a wrought iron gate for the entryway. It looks like there's probably 3 or 4 homes in here, maybe. And then we come up here. And this is the edge of civilization I was just talking about. You've got virtually nothing out there. If we zoom in out there, there is the, I've talked to 7-Eleven Man, one of our awesome viewers. I believe he said this was either a flight tracking radar or a weather radar, or maybe some combination of the two, something like that. Sitting out here, that's at the east end of, I believe it's at Sahara, east end of Sahara, or Desert Inn. It's been a while since I've been out there, but yeah, you got that thing out there to track the planes and or storms. But given that we have far more many planes come through than we do storms, it's quite likely that it's for the planes. But this is Stewart Avenue that we're turning down now. There's that south side there. And then this is looking directly ahead of us. You got the strip there. Air quality's not that great right now, so you got a lot of pollution in between us and there. As the crow flies, we're probably about 12 or 13 miles away from the strip right now, on the far east end of town. And then Stewart just runs straight downtown into Fremont Street there. It actually ends up being 2 blocks away from Fremont Street and the Fremont Street Experience, 2 blocks north of it, in fact. So this is a cool little place, but there's a lot of broken glass in this desert over here off to our left, probably because people come out here and go drinking and then throw their empty bottles up in the air and watch them crash onto the rocks below, which is unfortunate. Of course, when I was a kid, I probably did that very same thing, so here I am criticizing it. Cool looking little house there with a terrific view, looking out over the strip here at Mesquite and Los Feliz. This is Los Feliz here, northbound on Los Feliz. You got some Asian architecture up there on the right with the blue barrel tile roof house there. It's pretty cool looking. Almost looks like a Benihana, sorta. Right there. It's pretty cool. And then you got Linden Avenue here. It's funny, all the people that live up here, when they see other cars, they're all like staring at you real hard because they're like, what are you doing up here? You're not supposed to be here. It's a cool looking house. Pardon the sunshine splashing over there. Nice entry gate there for sure. you see, well, so okay, so before I get to that, this house here on the left has been under construction for a while. 3-car garage there, you can see. It looks like a very modern looking home, but it's taking a while for it to get built. So I'm not exactly sure what they're doing. It looks like it'd be pretty cool once it's done. And are they dropping off construction supplies there or something? I'm not sure. But that's it there. As we continue northbound here on Los Feliz, this is a very rough stretch of roadway here. Beverly Glen Avenue intersecting us here at an angle. And so I was mentioning this a moment ago, these barricades here right in front of us. So a lot of cars were discovered, a lot of stolen cars were discovered up here on the other side of this wall, these barricades. And so the police decided the way they would combat all of the recovery of stolen vehicles out here was simply to close the road down. So unfortunately, that prohibited a lot of folks that like to come up here and park during the day to try and climb up Sunrise and Frenchman's Mountain here on our right. And so, yeah, they'd come out here in the mornings or whatever and come park, and they would enjoy hiking up the mountains there. But that's no longer a possibility for them. They have to walk a lot further now. There used to be a trailhead right here, so no more of that. And I don't think they have any plans of ever opening it back up. I haven't seen any statistics on as to whether the closing of the roadway has reduced the number of stolen vehicle recoveries in this area. I'd be curious to know whether that's had any impact. Do 2 wrongs make a right in this situation. And there is the Mormon temple. I'm not Mormon, and I'm not pushing religion on anyone. I just think it's a really cool looking temple. It's got the 6 steeples there. I kind of if you're a long-time viewer of this channel, I'm kind of a fan. You'll know of architecture, so I think that's pretty cool architecture right there. Here on Temple View Drive, and it's closed right now. Ordinarily that gate is open. You can drive through there, but it's closed right now. Had a lot of requests from people who say, you know, you only drive through neighborhoods on one side of town. I do drive through other parts of town. The problem is that a lot of them are gated, and I can't get into them to show you those homes. Certainly out in Summerlin or out down in Henderson, it's very difficult to try and get into some of those neighborhoods unless it's like a weekend and there's an open house or something. Otherwise, I'm locked out of those neighborhoods. Just like Bruno Mars, locked out of heaven. Temperature outside right now, the car reads 93 degrees, but I think it's hotter than that. It's been really, really warm. Unseasonably warm here in Vegas this late in the year. Some newer homes lining Temple View Drive here. That brings us up here to Oakley Drive, or Oakley, because it's L-E-I-G-H. We'll make a right here and see what we can see. And it's a dead end. You can see a peace sign up there. I'll stop up here in a moment. Someone carved or painted into the side of the mountain up here, Frenchman's Mountain. Brings us back here to Los Feliz, which is where they cut off. The county cut it off because of the stolen car thing. Zoom right there. There's the peace sign. Someone artistically crafted into the side of the mountain there. That is the top of Frenchman's Mountain Peak there. If you're flying back to the Midwest or upper Midwest, that's Sunrise Mountain Peak over there. I'm sorry, right here. That is Sunrise Mountain Peak. So you have these 2 peaks right next to one another. If you are flying back to the Midwest, upper Midwest, or maybe even to the Northeast, you probably have flown out from Vegas over these peaks. The flight pattern usually takes you out over these mountains. So next time you're flying out, look down, you can say, look, that's Frenchman's Peak. Frenchman's and Sunrise Peak down there on the east side of town. Beautiful view from up here. It's really, in my humble opinion, it's kind of a shame because you have all these beautiful homes up here, but so many calls for service. There's a lot of police activity up here. A lot. This is going to bring us here to Washington Avenue, a major east-west artery here in Las Vegas on the east side of town. I'm going to make a right here on Washington. Oh, this is cut off too. Yeah, they don't have dead end or no outlet signs up here. Which is kind of unfortunate. But Los Feliz used to be the furthermost east road, albeit residential, here on the east side of town. That is no longer the case because you can't access it unless you're walking or on a bicycle. This is 7030 East Washington. It looks like a big water tank here, maybe a county facility here, right next to I think that's a middle school there. We'll drive right by in just a moment. This roadway is in rough shape. Make a right here on Radwick, which again zigzags over here on the east side of town. Yeah, I think this is a middle school up here on the right. I get a lot of comments from folks asking me if I'm ever going to live stream. I will. I did on the 4th of July. It was my last live stream. The thing is, when you live stream, you got to have good lighting, especially at night if I go out at night. And the only places to do that really are the Strip and Fremont Street. And those places are really saturated with YouTube streamers right now. I see a lot of them out there myself in the evenings. And so if you're a frequent viewer of Las Vegas streams, you will certainly know the ones I'm talking about. You can just do a search for Las Vegas live stream or something like that, and they will all pop up. Too many to name for sure. This is Owens Avenue, another major east-west artery here on the east side of town. We'll make a right and head back up towards the Sunrise Mountain Peak, which is now directly in front of us. Another spot for folks to come out here and hang out, especially at night, and see the city lights at night. It's really beautiful up here. But I'm not advocating anyone come up here and, you know, violate any property laws or anything like that. Trespassing or anything of that sort. So please don't do any of that. Now this road, this section of the road actually kind of like, is it an incline of like, I don't know, 30, 40%? Because we are heading straight up right here at the very east end of Owens Avenue. I'm down in like second gear right now. You can hear the car, the engine moaning there. And that brings us to Barrow Canyon Street right here in front of us, which has these cones here, again, to probably discourage people from coming down here. But it's a public street, so I've taken other videos up here, but it's always fun to come up here and show you folks this area. That is North Las Vegas out there in front of us. And I'll show you here. There is Owens on its path out west, carving its path out west. This is all North Las Vegas, and then of course west and northern Summerlin way out there. Lots of warehouses here. You can see them there. And residences here on the north end of town. Very cool stuff. I want to thank you for joining us. We really appreciate each and every single one of you. Again, we would not be here without you, and that's a fact. Please do like, follow, and subscribe to us on YouTube and TikTok if you haven't already. It helps recommend us to other viewers on the channel and on YouTube. The algorithm carries the weight of your voice, so like, following, and subscribing really helps the algorithm recommend us to other viewers. Also, check out our gear available on the Vegas Don channel on YouTube. We have these awesome Vegas Don logo shirts on top of the Las Vegas Strip skyline available for yourself or maybe a significant other with the upcoming holiday season coming up. And as always, remember, here on the Vegas Don channel, it's the journey. Again, thank you all so much, very much for coming cruising with us. We'll see you next time.